This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Jockey Club Gold Cup at Saratoga on Sunday, August 31st. And it goes as the fifth race, the Grade 1, $1 million Jockey Club Gold Cup for 3-year-olds and up, 1.25 miles on the main track. Scheduled post time is 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to give out my contenders from last to first. But first, we're going to look at the Today's Racing Digest race header. And in the race header, I'm going to concentrate on the speed and pace forecasts. And for this section, this is the Today's Racing Digest handicappers projecting what kind of number the horse is going to earn in this race. And the first number we'll look at is the fire number, that is speed throughout a race. And the horse that has the best fire number is Sierra Leone. The next number I'm going to look at is the CPR, that's the comprehensive performance rating. That takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction. And Sierra Leone and Mindframe have the best CPR numbers, 144. The fast fig is next, and that is Mindframe at a 141, and then the final time rating, and 155 for Mindframe and a 147 for Sierra Leone. So as you can see, Sierra Leone and Mindframe, the two favorites in this race, are the fastest two horses, looking at all the performance ratings and the final time ratings. And now I will give out my contenders from last to first in this event. And the horse that I picked to finish ninth and last is Sierra Leone's stablemate, number 6, Contrary Thinking. And he is in here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to get out there and provide pace help for his closing stablemate, Sierra Leone. That's exactly what he did in the Whitney. Now, his owner, Peter Brandt, he bought this horse specifically to make him a rabbit for Sierra Leone, and he did his job last time out in the Grade 1 Whitney. He dueled on the lead, made sure that that pace was honest, and Sierra Leone was able to win. Contrary Thinking ended up running last, and he's probably going to do the same thing in this event. There's no reason for Dylan Davis to do anything but get him out of the gate. Phileas Fogg is the other horse with speed, so those two should be the most forwardly placed in this event. The horse that I picked to finish 8th, that is going to be the 9, Banishing, and we'll have to see if he really ends up going in this spot because he just raced on August 22nd at Charlestown in the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic, and he won that event. That was a nice effort from off the pace for him, but he's never run at 1.25 miles. He would be coming back quickly, but he's one that does run a lot, 9 times this year with 4 wins and 4 runner-up finishes. He's banked more than $1.56 million. He's a good horse. I just don't think he's up to this level of competition at 1.25 miles. The horse that I picked to finish 7th, that will be the 7 in here, and that is Phileas Fogg. And I would like him more if it wasn't for Contrary Thinking, Sierra Leone's rabbit in this event, because Phileas Fogg likes to be forwardly placed. He's a quality horse. He's 9 for 18 overall. He's 2 for 2 at Saratoga, and he likes this 1.25 mile distance. But this will be his first start against Grade 1 company. The pace should be honest. There's some horses with tactical speed in here that are quality as well. He exits a nice victory in the Grade 2 Suburban at 1.25 miles, and he just did hold on by a head that day. So we'll see if he can step up and face better company. I think his best chance, obviously, would be let Contrary Thinking go. He's a rabbit. He's only in here for one purpose. Then he can track from second. He can get the first run and try to hold off the closer. That's probably his best chance for success in this event. The next one that I like is the 8, Antiquarian. So he would be my 6th choice in this event. And for Antiquarian, he just finished behind Phileas Fogg last time out. That was in the Grade 2 Suburban. He tracked from second. He missed by a head. This is his first start against Grade 1 company. He's yet to win. He's won one stakes race. That was the Grade 3 Peter Pan at 1 mile and an eighth. But he's yet to win a stakes race since then because he was in the Grade 1 Belmont. He was 5th, beaten 7 lengths. And in a Blame Stakes, he was 2nd. That was a Grade 3. And then in a Suburban in a Grade 2, he was 2nd last time out at 1.25 miles. So for him, I think he's going to be tracking outside. Now, you remember the Whitney Stakes. His stablemate was in that race, Fierceness, and he had an outer post, and he tracked outside. That's the kind of trip that Antiquarian is going to get, but I don't think he's good enough to track out in the clear, get the lead, and hold off the late runners. Now we're down to my top 5, and the horse that I picked to finish 5th, that'll be the 1, Disarm. And he ran well last time. I think more than anything else, the race flow was in his favor. Somebody had to run third. He was sitting that right trip, and he was able to get up there, kind of clunk up for third. A decent effort for him. He was 46 to 1 that day. For him, he's typically a bit overmatched in the stakes ranks. He can hit the board sometimes, like he did in the Travers in 2023 when he finished second. In the Jockey Club Gold Cup last year, he was third, beating more than 6 lengths. This is a deeper field this year. In the Lucas Classic last year, he was fourth. He was fourth in the Oaklawn Handicap, third in the Whitney. So he can finish somewhere around third or fourth on his best day. So he's one that will save all of the ground and try to get involved in the stretch. A minor award isn't impossible, but I would be surprised if he ended up winning this event. Now we're down to my top four, and the horse that I picked to finish fourth, that'll be the 5 White Abarrio. He's 8-1 morning line. I've always viewed him as a Gulfstream Park specialist. He's been able to win in other venues, but he just elevates his game at Gulfstream Park. And he did win the Breeders' Cup Classic in 2023 at Santa Anita, and he won the Grade 1 Whitney that year at Saratoga at a mile and an eighth. So he's been able to win at a mile and a quarter in that Breeders' Cup Classic, and sometimes he produces huge efforts like he did in the Pegasus World Cup at his favorite venue, Gulfstream Park, in January when he won that one by 6. Then his next start at Gulfstream was the Grade 3 Ghost Sapper, and he won by 5. His last 2 starts at Saratoga in the Met Mile, he was 4th, beaten 5 lengths. In the Whitney, he was 4th. He seems to be training well for this, but that's been something that he typically does. He's a horse that trains well in the mornings. He's had a good career for sure. 10 for 23. He's banked more than $7 million. But if this race was at Gulfstream Park, I'd like him a lot more. I don't know that he's as good as he was in 2023 when he was able to win the Whitney and the Breeders' Cup Classic. This is a deep field. I think he'll sit a decent enough trip. His regular rider, Jarrod Ortiz Jr., is going to be riding Mindframe in this race. The horse that I picked to finish third is the horse that won this race last year. That's the 2 Highland Falls, and he's 5-1 morning line for trainer Brad Cox. And that was a good effort after his second start after a layoff last time in the Grade 1 Whitney, when he ended up finishing second to Sierra Leone. He finished a length behind that one. Now, he is a Grade 1 winner at a mile and a quarter. That Grade 1 win was in this race last year. This is a much deeper race. In the Breeders' Cup Classic last year, he was 9th, beaten 14 lengths. He came back with an easy optional claiming win this year. And then in the Whitney, he ran well. Third start of the year. My only problem is going to be if he couldn't beat Sierra Leone at a mile and an eighth with a fast pace. I don't see how he's going to beat that one at a mile and a quarter with a fast pace. The horse that I picked to finish second is the 4 Mindframe. Now, he has finished in front of Sierra Leone by a length. Both times they faced each other in the Grade 1 Belmont last year, and then the Stephen Foster as well. And in those 2 races, Mindframe did have a good tactical trip, and he had the race flow in his favor, especially in that Stephen Foster last time where he tracked the pace. He took a lead by 2 lengths, and he held off Sierra Leone by a length. And that was a good effort. He's always first or second, 7 starts, 5 wins, and 2 seconds. He's run once at Saratoga, that was in the Belmont, and he finished second at this mile and a quarter distance. So he's yet to win at this distance, but he's got a versatile running style. He always runs his race. Jarrod Ortiz Jr. chose him over White Abarrio. Would not be surprised if he won this event. But I'm going to go with the 3 Sierra Leone as my top choice. He seems to really be on top of his game right now, and he always finishes in the top 3. 12 lifetime starts, 5 wins, 4 seconds, and 3/3, and he's banked more than $6.8 million in his career. He likes Saratoga, 4 starts, a win, a second, and 2/3. And at this distance, 4 starts, a win, a second, and 2/3. He's a Grade 1 winner at a mile and a quarter when he won the Breeders' Cup Classic last fall. And he's been a little bit slow to get going this year, but he really has seemed to put it all together. In the Grade 2 New Orleans, he was 3rd. Now, in that race, that was his first start this year. I think that started as a 10-horse field. We had a bunch of horses scratch out of that race, and all of the speed horses scratched. And Sierra Leone, as a closer, he was left with no pace to chase, and he ended up finishing 3rd that day at 30 cents on the dollar. His second start this year was in the Stephen Foster. And in that race, Mindframe got the jump on him, and he finished a length behind him. Again, getting really no pace help in that event. But then in the Whitney, as I said, they got a rabbit for him, contrary thinking, and he was able to get out there and help that pace and help Sierra Leone, and that definitely did. Sierra Leone made that big run from off the pace. Now, if you've been following his career, sometimes he'll make those big runs around the turn and really get into the race. And when he does that, he typically wins, especially when the pace is honest. That's what he did in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. That's what he did in the Whitney last time out. So he's a little bit of a push-button horse. When Pratt tells him to go, if he's off the pace and he needs to get into the race, he will put in a nice run and get into the race. The longer the better for him. A mile and a quarter is best. As I said, his fire rating speed throughout a race at a 106 last time. And if he can just duplicate that, I think he's going to win this race. I think he's really coming into his own after that visually impressive Whitney score. He's never been better. He's just as good as he was, at least in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. So he's back to that form, and that form can definitely win this race for Flavien Prat and Chad Brown. So Sierra Leone is my top choice in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. This is his final prep for the Breeders' Cup Classic as he attempts to defend his title in that event. But he's going to have to face some quality 3-year-olds like Sovereignty, who could be the favorite in that race. He's certainly the early favorite right now. So now it's Sierra Leone's turn to put up a big effort here and prove that he's ready to run in that Breeders' Cup Classic and maybe win it again. So that'll do it for this video. If you're interested in my full card analysis, I cover full cards at Del Mar each day. So go over to the runawayhorse.com on my shop page and you'll find my full cards. You can also find my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. And if you need past performances for Jockey Club Gold Cup Day, you can get those at todaysracingdigest.com. And don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. We recently went over 7,000 subscribers. So let's just keep marching towards 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get there by the Triple Crown season next year. Just keep, hopefully continue to give out these winners. I do these Del Mar Horse of the Day videos. And for the Del Mar Horse of the Day videos, I've done 26 videos the first 26 days of their summer meet with 11 top choice winners, 4 runner-up finishes, and 5 show finishes. I do a Better Bets Play of the Day on my website at therunawayhorse.com each day. So you can click on my Better Bets blog and you'll find a free pick from around the country each day. I do handicapping videos, news videos, how to use Today's Racing Digest videos, and more. And I try to produce content on my channel just about every day. So keep checking out my channel, and until I see you next time, good luck at the races.